What is the deal, YouTube, man? We back again with another video. If you are new to the channel, man, make sure you subscribe. And let's get straight into the video. So change is inevitable. So recently I will be changing my work hours, going to the night shift. So a few things have to change. Nothing on my power list change. Nothing on the things I need to do to win the day. Nothing completely certainly changed. But you got to be able to handle change when it comes your way, especially if it's a better opportunity, if it's a better way for you to invest, if it's just better for you and your family. Like, of course, I always like working night shifts because you pretty much get your day. I'm not a person that goes out like that anymore. I'm not a person that prioritizes um, kicking it, hanging it, doing a lot of certain different things. So the nighttime is perfect. And plus, you make more money, which is great for me. Um, Now, I also do believe you wake up early, you can get more shit done, you can win the day, you feel good, you know what I mean? But also in a certain aspect, it had a shift, you know what I mean? So not only is it when your day that's still lit, I won't be actually having to wake up early. I would just have to win the day in the morning. Once I get off at 6 a.m., probably take a little power nap, still still get up around 7 and start to work on myself, start to work on Twox Academy and everything I need to do to become 1% me and become, and live out my dreams and inspire people and motivate people, help them become the best version of themselves, help them improve their life. But the whole point of this video was just to say how change is inevitable. Like change will happen and you gotta grow with the change. You gotta move with the change. I know sometimes change may feel bad, it may feel complicated, but change is also good. Like I said, especially if it's for especially if it's for a good cause, especially if it ultimately helps you and your family. Why wouldn't I want to make more money? Why wouldn't I want to have my full day and go make money while everybody else is out partying, everybody else is out doing certain things? Like that was one way I was able to start to be able to control my drinking. You know what I mean? Because I got to be to work 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. So, like, it's around the time that most people would drink. I won't be drinking as much. So it helps in a lot of different ways. You got to look at the brighter point of it. Yes, I still have to work a 9 to 5, but that's just for now. But maybe this change right here is going to allow me and help me get out that 9 to 5. Maybe this change right here is the change I needed. Like, because I've worked night shifts before and I've implemented certain things to help me become the best version of myself while working at night shift. And let me tell you, it's been the best decision ever. Again, the whole point of this video is to say change is good. You can find the good out of change every single time. Every single time. As you growing, noticing that change is good. Noticing that change only can affect you in a good and positive way. If you let it out, if you just look at change as like a downfall, like you just losing that life, bro, like that's your fucking fault, bro. Stop being so negative. Stop thinking that you don't deserve the best. Stop thinking that life is just trying to throw you off. No, think about it. How can I learn from this? What was the reason that this happened? It was a reason why this had happened, why this was offered to me, and why I feel like this is the best thing for me. Why did God put this in my face? Why did God choose me? And let me tell you, there is a reason. It didn't just happen because it happened out the blue. No, it happened because it was supposed to happen. That's what you needed, you know? So any type of change in your life, take it with a grain of salt, learn from it, grow with it, trusting and believing it because it's ultimately for the better version of you. It's ultimately for the greater good of you. But you got to be the one to see that and not be so stubborn and not mindful of it. You create the life you really want. You become the person who you desire based on your daily actions and what you let define you, what you let help you grow or help you just be fucking beneath everything. Now, when this change happens, everything shifts just a little bit. Not a lot, everything shifts just a little bit. We still have the same 24 hours in a day. You still have time to do deep work. You still have time to work out. You still have time for your family, your girl. I mean, even if you do have friends or whatever the case may be, but you still have time to do everything. That's why I say implement a Google Calendar. Implement Google Calendar. Now my Google Calendar, only thing that pretty much changed is the time I sleep and the time I go to work. Everything else is still intact. Just implement Google Calendar and it will help you maximize your days. It will see where you have time to relax. See where you have time to do this, X, Y, Z. Even have time to do extra hours at work if you really, really wanted to. But that's completely up to you and what you really want to do in life and how you want to handle it. You can use these changes to your best advantage. You can use these changes to help you become successful. And successful is not just about money. It's about your mindset. It's about the way you carry yourself, the people you let be around you, the environment you are in. Success is way more than just money. And of course, success loves speed. So do that shit with intention. Even if you don't know what to do, how to do it, just do that shit, and eventually you will learn along the way. Life wants you to change, man. You just upgrade with it. You never know how amazing that change will be in your life. How much you actually needed that change. How much you actually probably wanted that change. A sign you've been asking, you've been praying for, you've been asking for, praying for whatever it is that you do. You don't know how much that of that was that change that you just had got. Like I said, change is inevitable. If you can't change, bro, or you can't understand that change can only benefit you, uh, you're gonna lose your life each and every time. Most normal motherfuckers is not okay with change. Don't be that normal motherfucker. I'm okay with change, even if it's an uneasy change, even if it's a change that I just was like, fuck. I gotta take a deep breath. I have to make changes on my own in my own life, or make certain changes the way I do this X, Y, Z based upon this one change. And that's okay because you probably needed that. That is what you probably needed it ultimately this whole freaking time. And that's okay. That's cool. That's fine. That's dandy. And I want you to take that change and live your best life. Don't let it don't let it fuck up your momentum. Don't let it mess up your day. Even throughout your day, you have changes. You know, your mom may call you, need you. Your dad, your kid may need you to come pick them up early. So now your deep work session got to get pushed back. Okay, cool. That's okay. Just push your deep work back, and when you get to that deep work, make sure you go all in. You get what I mean? Like I used to take change and let it fuck with me and pout over it and think life is just fucking over when it's really not. Change is actually good. But once you get used to that change, it becomes just second nature how the last part of your life was. You know what I mean? Just how you got used to it before, you'll get used to it now. So get used to that change and make it a part of your life. Because it is a part of your life. The more you say fuck it and neglect that shit, it's gonna hurt your life. But the more you accept it into your life and build upon it and make it the new you, make it the new norm, it builds your life up. It helps you grow. It helps you become the best person who you truly desire. It helps you become that 1% motherfucker who you always wanted to be. That's just for change. Think about everything else. That's just for change, though. You gotta want better for yourself. You gotta want better for your family. And if you don't give a fuck about yourself, man, you gotta give a fuck about your family, man. Something gotta be higher than you. Something gotta move the needle forward for you. Something gotta give you that why, that to let you keep going. You know, find that why, and that change will be easy. That change will mean shit. That change will completely you're gonna be like, damn, that shit was easy. Damn, I wish that change happened earlier. I wish I accepted it earlier. Change is good. Change is great. Change is growth. And I want you to take that change, bro, because as I change, when I talk about how I speak will change. You know what I mean? As I develop more, shit will change with my YouTube. As you develop more, your friends will change. Your environment will change. Things you now think about, things that you want. Everything will ultimately change. You know what I mean? And that's okay. You want that. You want that. You want that change. And if you don't want that change, bro, you don't want to grow. You don't want to become the best version of yourself. You don't want to see you at your fullest potential. You don't want nothing out of life but what you used to in your normality of life already. And you don't want that shit, bro. So take change with a grain of salt. You know, take that change. You live it. You breathe it. You make it your own. You make it your own, and it will work out best for you in the best way possible. You're going to learn, you're going to live, you're going to grow each and every day as long as you want to, as long as you let it happen, as long as you want that growth, you want that change. You let that change be the best part of your life, you know? So, that's it for the vid, man. I'm about to go ahead, pump the gas, get back to the crib. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, man. And if you want to make failure impossible and become the best version of yourself and want to improve your life, man, join Twox Academy. I put the link in the description. And I appreciate everybody that's been tuned in, tapped in, man. It's a slow, long journey, but I'm down for the grind. This is what I really want to do. I like speaking my mind. I like speaking how I'm learning and I'm coping with life. And like I said, helping y'all become the best version of yourself and showing my life is living proof. All right, whatever's in my bio, but you get what I mean. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe, man. And I'll see y'all. Hope y'all enjoy your day. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.